Hey there folks, rinimt here and welcome back to Gods of the Twilight. Thank you Uber Strategist for the code for this new version of the game. It is out now. Last part we wrapped up chapter 0 actually with the finishing of the Farkas Parts 3 as he headed off to the mainland with Hector and Sarah. Now we're back with Farkas, so this is chapter 1. Men become friends when they can share their minds with one another. Anything is better than being lied to. A real friend will disagree with you openly. Mikhail heads... Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Mikhail heads past us to the landing pad. We make our way to the door, up white stone steps with a garden to one side. Is this place climate controlled? Some of these plants look almost tropical, and I'm pretty sure we didn't fly that far. So by the way, the end of part 3 for Farkas on chapter 0 was the end of the demo, so this is actually all new fresh to me. Whoa. The house staff meets us at the door, ready to take our bags to our rooms. Staff, huh? Sure, Hecla hires people to help during peak hours, but they're not there to serve me. More often than not, I'm one of them, so having people take things off my hands like this feels strange. I'll help, I'd rather not be a burden. I turned to Hector, holding out a hand for his bag.
Sorry, I should have offered to get yours when we landed. You probably shouldn't carry much with your injury.
But before I could even finish, someone's already gently slipping my bag off my shoulder and rolling Hector's away, leaving nothing for me to help with. Hector laughs good-naturedly.
Thanks, but don't worry about it. You're here as a guest, remember?
Right. God, it's like half the walls are windows. How do you even sleep in the summer? Isn't it too bright?
Huh? Oh, the glass darkens automatically, so I don't really think about it. But you can control it manually if you want. Check your phone. Most rooms show up as local devices.
I shouldn't have asked. Of course they have something like that in a place like this.
That's convenient, I guess. So, what now?
Well, I could show you guys around the place.
I'd like that. I think I might get lost otherwise.
My
Actually...
eyes trail back to the open doorway to the sky where I noticed another plane approaching when we landed. It's still giving me a weird feeling, and I'm thinking that I'm curious to meet these other guests. So far, I felt like I was alone at the center of this Einherjar business, Einherjar mess, but could these other guests have been targeted too? It's kind of nice to think I might not be the only one. Not that I'd wish that on anyone, but misery loves company, so I'd like to find out. But for Hector and Sarah's sake, I try to think of an excuse that'll sound less awkward.
Maybe I'll catch up with you in a little bit. I'm gonna get some fresh air. It's nothing like the city out here.
I know, isn't it? Alright, just message if you can't find us.
Give him a simple nod before stepping back outside. Find a nice spot in the garden where I can sit down and relax with a good view of the landing pad up the hill. It's really nice out here. I wasn't lying about the air. The beach is within view and I can feel a calm breeze from the ocean. Sure enough, the other plane is coming in for a landing now, hovering down right next to ours. I can see Mikhail's silhouette up there, approaching the way just outside the door as it opens. Focus on the door, curious what sort of people will emerge, but what I see are armed guards? Are those really guests? Have I been fed some kind of line and this place is actually bringing security reinforcements? And why would they tell me? But then I see someone else get out, someone who clearly isn't a guard. A girl in orange? Unarmed, in civilian clothing. Whoever she is, she's coming with way more security than we had on our ride. And now Mikhail is about to lead her down the hill to the house. I don't really want Mikhail wondering what I'm doing out here watching them. Besides, my curiosity is satisfied for now. It's a civilian, one who looks about as young as the rest of us, and one who's under heavy protection. Would I be right? Could she be a fellow target? The security around her would make sense in that case. Either way, I'm not going to learn much more by watching from here. There might be a chance to talk to her in a little bit, but best not to interrupt whatever Mikhail's doing, getting her settled. I slip back into the house and make my way down the nearest hallway. I'm not sure where Hector and Sarah went, but I'm not in a rush. Kind of nice just taking a look around by myself, clearing my head. As I get a feel for the layout of the place, I'd taken a terrifyingly expensive looking furniture. I was too afraid to touch this stuff, let alone sit in any of the chairs. I don't see the others anywhere on the ground floor, so maybe they went upstairs. I run the big staircase near the entrance and start heading back that way. God, this place is ridiculous. Can you imagine putting multiple chandeliers right inside your front door? But as I'm busy staring at the ceiling... Shoot, did I hit something? I spin around in a panic and I see the vase as I'm just bump wobbling, coming to rest again. Perfectly safe. A breath rubbing my face as I turn back towards the stairs. Footsteps approach, but my heart's still pounding and I don't notice them.
Hello? Are you? Huh? Ah!
I noticed her too late. With my hand conveniently still rubbing my eyes, I step straight to the person walking over to greet me. First thing I see is her face so close to mine that our noses almost touch. We jerk back in surprise before we can collide, but her left foot catches on her right and she loses her balance. I manage to keep my footing and instinctively reach out to catch her arm and make sure she doesn't fall. It's the other guest. Her outfit looks even more fancy up close, almost like she could be some sort of visiting diplomat? Wait, could she be? She looks pretty young, but who knows? Getting her balance, she finally looks me in the eye. Her gaze is striking. There's something both elegant and intense about it, and it throws me off. I'm not sure what to say. We look at each other for a moment. I notice she's examining my face carefully, like she's trying to remember if she recognizes me. I'm pretty sure we've never seen each other before. Why is she looking at me like that? Is she judging me? I probably don't exactly look like I belong in a place like this.
Is everything okay? You're still holding my wrist.
Oh, right.
I let go. She straightens her tunic, her shoulders square and dignified like a queen shrugging out the dust of a peasantry. I know I should probably apologize, but something about her rubs me the wrong way. Like she's looking down at me. I wish she'd show a little humility. I mean, she could apologize too, or thank me for not letting her fall.
You're welcome.
I guess an annoyed, mumbled bid for a thank you is all I can manage. I wasn't expecting an awkward confrontation like this, or at least it feels like a confrontation, even though we aren't actually arguing.
Oh no, it's fine.
It's fine?
You just said you were sorry, right?
Just roll with it.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I was lost in thought, I guess.
It hurts to say it, especially after she just assumed like that, but I don't want to deal with arguing. Besides, it technically was my fault.
I know the feeling. It's been a stressful couple weeks. It probably has been for you as well.
Maybe? How do you mean?
Well, just based on the fact that you're here. I assume you're also here for protection after some attacks? I think all the guests are, right?
I blink. I didn't expect her to reveal that so quickly, but maybe things don't always need to be so secretive.
Well, yeah. But I'm still in the dark about a lot of things. I mean, do you have any idea why they would target us?
She looks away, her brows furrowing as she thinks.
I'm not sure how much I can say, but I think our hosts are supposed to explain all that.
How much she can say? More secrets.
Oh, I'm Thea, by the way. Short for Althea.
Oh, right. I am Farkas.
A woman in a uniform and an armored vest steps around the corner from the hallway.
You alright in here?
Thea notices her approaching and waves.
Hey there.
I recognize her as one of the guards who came with Thea. She's not very tall, but the way she carries herself feels like she could easily knock someone over if they got in her way. She gives us a nod hello as she walks over to Thea. Must have been coming back to meet up with her or something. She looks between us, probably taking in the awkward, tense vibe in the room. And she says something softly to Thea that I don't think she expects me to hear.
Is this guy bothering you?
Just like in the pub with Eric's comment about Hecla, the curse of an unusually good hearing strikes again. Don't worry, we're fine. I start trying to clear the air and quickly find myself rambling.
I guess she was coming over to say hi, but I didn't hear her, so I turned around and she was suddenly right in my face. But yeah, we're fine.
Thea nods as I stumble through my explanation.
Yeah, I just got surprised and lost my balance.
The guard looks between the two of us, then gives a nod herself.
I see.
Even when she's backing off, the guard still seems pretty intense. Not a fun person to pick a fight with, probably, so I'm glad they played it cool. Thea gestures to the new arrival and then to me.
This is Lieutenant Komani, and this is Farkas.
Right. Nice to meet you.
And you're her bodyguard or something?
It's been a bit like that. But no, I'm not here for Althea alone. My group is here to work alongside the private security team provided by Verko.
So we have private security plus the,
Vikingasveitin.
Special forces? Holy fuck. I mean, wow.
I should probably not immediately brand myself as a link whip by swearing constantly, but stopping is harder than I thought. I quickly changed the topic.
This case must be pretty serious, huh? I mean, I figured it would get the best of everything because of who's involved, but...
We're not here because of that. We're here to protect every civilian involved, regardless of who they are.
Thanks.
Her sincerity catches me off guard. Not to mention how strange it is to hear someone talk about protecting me. Normally, the only one with any hope of doing that is myself.
So, can you tell us what the I mean, can you tell us what's going on here? Why someone wants us dead? Special forces must have some inside information, right?
You're going to be briefed individually. But for now, you have a few hours to settle in at your own pace. At dinner, you'll get a more formal welcome.
Why wait? Someone can brief me right now.
I'm afraid I wouldn't be the one to handle that.
A frustrated sigh.
Yeah, I know.
Fine.
I get it. I know it's not your call. But can you tell them to hurry up? I don't need to settle in. Just hit me with it.
I'll pass that along.
Footsteps approach from above as Mikhail comes down the stairs towards us. He's raised an eyebrow at me, but whatever's on his mind, he doesn't immediately say it.
Have you been shown your room?
Oh, no. I was just... no.
I can take you there now, if I am not interrupting.
He motions for me to follow him back up the stairs. Glance back to Thea and Kamani. Well, I hope we can talk more soon.
Even if there are secrets, it'd still be nice to learn more about you, so... See you later, I guess.
You too. I guess I'll see you at dinner, if not before.
I couldn't help but notice things felt a bit tense down there. Is everything all right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, no. There are still assassins after me, but I think things went fine with those two. Why? Is it part of your job to check in on me, or something?
Not specifically, but I am mindful of how conflict seems to follow you around. I'm not saying you did anything wrong. As far as I can tell, you kept your cool. It's just that everyone is a bit on edge, understandably. And it was nice of you to say that at the end. A little can go a long way to ease people's nerves.
I just don't like being kept in the dark.
You're not alone in that. So try not to take it out on the other guests, or the guards, or the staff. I think you'll find that we're all in the same boat in that regard.
You telling me no one has the whole story?
Aside from perhaps one or two people at the top, I don't think so. No, everything is strictly need to know in this case.
One or two? Isn't it just Eric at the top?
You just saw that special forces are involved as well.
Right. God, why is it like this? Who the fuck are these Einherjar?
The warriors of Valhalla, of course.
Give him an amused stare. Yes, that is literally what Einherjar are, but God, am I not in the mood for stupid mythology jokes right now? Following Mikhail around the second floor, I noticed Hector and Sarah outside through a window as we passed, standing in the garden and watching the ocean. I feel an impulse to join them before I miss out on something, but for now I stick with Mikhail, trying to memorize the path as we go. Just to call the architecture artistic? I can't believe all of this space is one property. It's like over 50 people could easily live here. But this is just a vacation home, probably rarely used. Normally I'm not one for politics, but this kind of thing pisses me off.
I bet there are tons of people who'd love to use these rooms, but they just sit here empty most of the time.
Normally I keep these thoughts to myself, but I've seen Mikhail without his professional mask, and I know he's not just a high-class servant. The way he trolls me and Hector when no one important is looking, and the rough side that comes out when he loses his temper, his real self feels almost like a fellow street kid. He seems like he might get me. Whether he does or not, his mask stays firmly in place as he answers.
Koskinen rents out any residences he isn't actively using. Not to the open market, of course, but to select tenants.
Who rents a place with this many bedrooms? Like, one person renting the whole thing?
He gives me a knowing smirk.
There are people. Anyway, he's not going to just sink money into maintaining these places when they could also be making him money at the same time.
That makes sense, I guess.
So not only does he own way more houses than he needs, but all these houses he doesn't need are also making him even more money. Also, not sure whether that pisses me off less or more than when I thought they just sat empty.
I mean, those are the basics of real estate investment.
He shrugs as if that should have been obvious.
Do I look like the kind of guy who knows jack fuck about real estate?
Well, no.
He just smirks at me teasingly and keeps walking. I sigh and rub my eyes aside. I'd better not say anything else for now.
And this is your room.
I turn. It isn't so different in size from my room at the bar, but everything is so luxurious and pristine. So much that almost makes me uncomfortable.
Thanks, I guess.
Mikhail lingers just inside the room, studying me for a moment.
What?
If you don't mind me asking, do you agree with my assessment that conflict seems to follow you around? If so, I'm curious why you think that might be.
He just said he didn't think I did anything wrong downstairs, so why is he bringing this up? And again, because we haven't really talked since the fight a couple days ago. I know this, I don't know why.
Some fights you choose, and others choose you, right? But you might have more choice than you realize. Sometimes people have already made up their minds to start something with you, no matter what. But most of the time, it could go either way. It all depends on whether you keep the vicious cycle going or not.
Yeah, I'm trying not to, as much as possible without letting people walk all over me.
What, you can't keep your dignity without picking a fight?
It depends.
I'm not telling you to put up with abuse, but there's a whole lot that you can calmly say no to or walk away from.
Why are you telling me all this?
He shrugs.
I've lost people. I've been alone. I guess it'd feel nice to spare someone the same mistakes, if I can.
Mikael, who are you? All I know is you're some kind of servant, but other than that...
My personal walls might not be as bad as yours, but even I'm not prepared to tell someone my whole life story so quickly. Though you probably guessed I'm not from a wealthy family, Koskinen didn't hire me for my pristine breeding, but because I know how to strategize and how to fight.
And yet you're not one of his guards.
No, but I've overseen security. Originally, I was more of a specialist, or even an advisor. Then when Hector and I hit it off a few years back, I became his valet. Sometimes it seems I'm the only one who can keep up with him. And even I fail at that sometimes.
He trails off. What happened a couple days ago is definitely weighing on him.
It seems like Hector's a lot more than just a job to you.
He nods with a thoughtful smile, though his eyes are still worried.
He's like family. I still keep things formal with my boss, but with Hector, that's another story. It's hard not to see him as a brother when he's always treating me like one.
I did my best to protect him. You trusted me with those walks from school, so...
I know you did.
But why did it take you so long to get to us? With all this money, all this security.
The more of a right Hector has to privacy, the less vigilant we can be about protecting him. But such is life.
Privacy mode, huh? Damn it. Why'd he have to keep using that?
Perhaps he'll reconsider his wish to experience life as a normal kid on the street if we return to the city when this is resolved.
If?
There are a lot of unknowns in this situation, and I don't know all the pieces at play. But New Reykjavik may or may not be our optimal home base going forward.
My eyes widen. Is Hector about to get pulled out of my life? I'm at a loss for words, but Mikhail notices the look on my face.
I'm sure he'll find a way to stay close. He gave you that VR set, right? Wherever he is in the world, I imagine he'll want to keep visiting in there.
Right.
Well, I have other matters to oversee, but you'll notice the local network has a request system if you need anything. It should have already sent you the schedule for dinner as well.
I glance at my phone. Sure enough, there's an event invitation and a notification about house services.
Oh, okay. That's convenient.
He simply nods farewell and heads down the hall. I sit down on the bed and quickly find myself lopping back onto it and staring at the ceiling. I should go find Sarah and Hector, but for some reason I'm just so tired. It's like my body's been on alert ever since the attack 2 days ago. It's just a constant low-level tension while I try to go about my day. I don't remember feeling like this since I told the gang I was done, and I was looking over my shoulder waiting for someone to jump me. It's a good thing I did, because they tried. I rub my face and massage my temples, trying to relax. I don't know how I feel about Mikhail trying to give me advice either. He seems like he has some wisdom. As annoying as it is when other people are right about me, I have to admit that his words ring true. I wonder just how similar his life was to mine before his current job. I can really feel myself fading at this point. There will be an alarm for dinner, right? So I can just... To drift off, what comes to mind is... Sarah. Hope I can make things right with her somehow. It feels like now is my chance, now that we're away from the city, away from everything I was worried about. Tricky thing is, she always acts so nice that I'm not sure I'll be able to tell if she's actually forgiven me. Or if I've actually done enough. That's not an excuse though, I've still gotta do what I can. I don't know how she can tolerate so much. It seems like anyone else would have given up and cut me off by now. I guess I sure think this, but she also tolerated a lot from her family, and she always said she loved them. I don't want to be like that. Some asshole with a lonely girl clinging to him like he's all she's got, taking her for granted. Just thinking about it makes me want to punch that guy. If he became me, just no. I always told myself she can lean on other friends, talk shit to them about me if she wants, and it made me feel better about avoiding her. She'd be fine. She gets along with people, she can take care of herself. The more I think about it, the more I realize I can't remember any names or faces of anyone at school she's particularly close to. What have I done? Well, she's talking to Hector now, and hopefully she'll get along with Dea and the others here. I had to think of her being stuck for so long, waiting. Well, it's over now. I'm sure I'll make sure it's over. I'll probably do as much as I need to. Learn what she's up to these days, if she still likes the same shows she used to. And if eventually we can just spend time together again without this guilt hanging over me. I feel my eyes watering just thinking about it. It's not long until I see her again, dinner, and then every day we're here, and every time we see each other it's a new chance. I'm looking forward to it. Well, apparently that was chapter 1. So, we're gonna call it good there. Still a nice little natural stopping point. We'll head to chapter 2 next time. thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing. If you really enjoyed it, consider supporting the channel. All support greatly helps to keep being content like this and more. I'll link for that in the description below, along with links to me on social media. Well, thank you again, Uber Strategist, for the code for the game. And check it out now. It's out on early access in Steam. I think the first 5 chapters are out, and there'll be more as it goes through early access, so this will be ongoing. Thank you again for watching, and until next time, this is rinimt signing out. Bye!